Hello there. I'm here in Kenya to talk to you about a place that you've probably not heard of. Now, when people usually talk about the whole refugee crisis throughout the world, they always go like, "Oh, where's Europe? Oh, where's France? Where's America?" But people never mention the big players, like the hero over here.
Now, what is Dadaab and why do people need it? Well, in the area of Somalia, there are many issues, including extremist terrorist groups and many dehumanizing cultures due to religious traditions. So many people will actually flee from Somalia to the border of Kenya, and due to the high amount of Somalian refugees that were there, the area of Dadaab was made into a refugee holding area. But what makes the Somalians a refugee and not any other type of person? Well, the reason why is due to the fact that a refugee is forced to leave their area due to issues concerning their own health or life. If they were leaving for any other reason, such as economic opportunity, they would actually be considered a migrant, but in this case, they are not. Now, over the years, Kenya has now been housing over 600,000 refugees in total, with around 400,000 being Somalian and around 250,000 of those Somalian refugees being within the county of Dadaab. Even when many Somalians make it to Dadaab, it's very difficult for them to get within the refugee camp since so many wait there. So, generally, when they have to do prioritizations, it goes down in the order of pregnant women, lone mothers with children, families without children, lone women, and lone men. Now, due to this does cause that there are many people who wait for days, weeks, and even some unfortunate few who have to wait for months, and the extremely unlucky ones have to just trek back to Somalia. So now, even after getting into the refugee camps, how is life there? The life within Dadaab is something that resembles a poor town. Due to how so many people come from Somalia with next to nothing, food and many other things have to be given to them for free. And again, due to the high amount of people, there can only be so much given. So many people are given very small food rations, given very poor and unsturdy homes, and very few supplies to live with. That even things such as shopping bags are used as a commodity that are resold. Now, because of this, there are many people within the refugee camps who have learned to thrive and survive with their own ways, such as a man who decided to run a video game cafe of sorts using an old console that he was able to buy with money he saved up. So, with the money that he would get, he would use that money to give to his family and support them. Another aspect of life in Dadaab for the very few privileged people is actually education. Most people who can get education will use it to get scholarships and college acceptance in other countries so that they can flee from Dadaab, which also brings to another way that people survive in Dadaab, and it's actually to flee from it. And the way that they do this is getting a refugee status within another country. And if all goes wrong, then the other way that they flee is by actually returning back to Somalia. Another way that people flee from Dadaab is actually by going to Libya and then illegally crossing through the Mediterranean Sea into countries within Europe. Although this method is not recommended, as illegally crossing can bring its own problems, such as being able to be blackmailed into slave trade. Now, why is life so difficult in Dadaab? Now, the main issue is the fact that the waning support from the Kenyan government due to issues such as terrorist groups such as Al Shabaab attacking Kenyan civilians and areas due to them helping refugees. The Kenyan government has been slowly wanting to not have refugee camps within their area, especially Dadaab, which is considered one of the most biggest. So, why have many countries or other people come to help with the issues within Dadaab to make it better? Well, it's due to how there isn't a big eye on the area of Dadaab. Whenever people generally talk about the refugee crisis, Kenya is one of the few countries that they actually think of, even though Kenya is one of the biggest holders of refugees. So, if other countries came to help, then Dadaab's daily life could actually improve with the extra funding.